Loser bracket final! We're finally here! Sky Temple is our first map in the best of 5, the Donuts against 30k. 30k with an incredible series that we saw against Chili Mountain, and well, towards the end they were able to decide it in their favor, so kudos to them. That was definitely not an easy feat. I still feel a bit bad for Chili Mountain though, but now we get this rematch. The Donuts, they crushed 30k when those two teams went up against each other. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually absolutely lying. These two teams haven't met in the winner bracket, so I'm already a little bit confused over here. But yeah, we're obviously at the Rive Cup, the 2,000 euro tournament hosted by the Russian organization here. And, well, let's get this party started. I'm definitely in for this one because I feel we're going to get a great match here. I would consider that those two teams are part of the top 3, all of them aiming for the #1 spot in Europe right now, together with the Hardos, who are already qualified through the winner bracket for the grand final. So whoever wins this series moves on to face the Hardos in the grand final match. But this should be a good one. So Lauber and his boys, they could watch the previous series, chill a little bit, prepare for it, warm up slowly. We now see them with bans on Cassia and a ban on Medivh. Zeratul gets banned as well, so yeah. Rutsu has shown some solid Zeratul plays lately. But now Chromie and Uther are both available. So Chromie and Uther are both up because Sonya and Zeratul were prioritized over them, as was Cassia. That leaves us with Brightwing as an insta-pick for Ixir. One of the few that I'm going to let it get away with the Brightwing insta-pick. I mean, his Brightwing plays are very, very good. Sky Temple is another good map also for globals. I mean, back in the days, Fnatic triple global strategies. Dehaka, Falstad, Brightwing, playing around the opponent 6 days to Sunday and making them look silly. Now we're not quite on that level of play anymore, but still. There's the Uther pick, and we get Diva. Okay. She's playing to win. It's the only way to play, like, I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to tell me. What is this fun that people are talking about? I have fun winning. So... isn't that always one of the weird ones? Like, it's like so confused. It's like, it's just a game, guys. Have you ever heard this argument? And like, Storm League, it's just a game. It's supposed to be fun. It's like, yeah, I have a lot of fun winning. Like, I don't know about you, but winning is fun. That's one of the reasons why I try to win. It's not the only one, but it's part of it. Anubarak and Falstad. Cocoon and Gust could be played for a quick Cocoon into isolation and a kill. Obviously disengage and control over the boss spot helps a lot with this one too. Here comes the Urel ban. Don't want to go up against Nubarak plus Urel, which was at the last Eastern Clash in Korea a big hit before HGC was cancelled by Blizzard. Yeah, back then, Nubarak, Urel, every single game, they were fighting for it 6 times a Sunday. Who got the combo, who's able to lock it in. So, yeah, let's see. We got for now the last ban coming in. Yeah, gotta think a little. Okay, Ultralisk Maiev gets banned out. And it's time to party. Masquerade, of course, on the front line. That's someone that we have to also watch out for. What kind of tank is he gonna take now? What am I gonna get from him here? Still need also some range damage on their end. And looking at what is already picked and banned over there, I mean, again, you can still... they need also someone that can really rotate against Falstad. So maybe another... oh, okay, Vala. Fair enough. Not really what I was looking for here, but also a good pick for them, especially now that they're locking Stukov in addition to that. That means that we have the Uther in the main tank position, together with the Stukov as the real healer. So with a double support setup, Vala can of course shine. And yeah, let's go. Last two picks there for Rutsu and Copenhagen. I mean, Rutsu is the one that usually throws a bit of a curveball in. Copenhagen is going to decide on the side laner for them. And there's Rexa and Reyna. Okay, Jimmy is in play. No need for Exterminator on this one. You're going to go ace in the hole every time. And the last pick for Ultralisk for the red team to kick our Heroes of the Storm series in this tournament off. With Sky Temple being the first map. Again, in total there's 2,000 euros on the line, split of course between the top teams, but now here is the chance to make it to the grand final through the lower bracket. And the last pick for our first map in this is Imperius. Alright, double frontline, double support Vala. Okay, Dino, there's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders now. Yeah, let's make it happen. Sky Temple everybody, first map in the best of 5. The Donuts against 30k. The match is set up and, well, it's gonna be hopefully a highlight. Interestingly enough, we still get the Exterminator for Rutsu. Okay, a bit more pressure towards the camps and an arrow build for Dino. Builds that I would have expected more so on Battlefield of Eternity, not so much on Sky Temple. Now, of course, the objective is a bit different here, but they still get the value against the mercenary camps and, more importantly, against the boss, which seems to be a bit focused for them. Now again, we got Rutsu on Reyna, we got Skok on Falstad, Copenhagen is playing Rexa, Ixia on Brightwing, and Lauba on Anubarak. On the right side of the map, Ultralisk with Stukov, Dino on Vala, X-Ray on Uther, Masquerade on Imperius, and Masquerade is playing Diva in this game. Yeah, level 1 also, the auto attack style again for Falstad, for the birdie. That doesn't come as a shot. Bot lane pressure with the Nubarak diving in and providing some beetles to soak up all the damage. So they're getting the first tower, they're getting the second one. And I guess both of them are just going to keep going here. This could be... They are way slower, by the way. Oh my god. That is not looking good for them at all. Because that minion wave is already gone. Now they're pressuring through the bot lane. Everything that you see here is much better for the blue team. They are faster than the red team, and they're pushing the better lane, because this is the lane on the second objective, which is really important then. And it's going to be not even a trade. I mean, that one at the top might not even fall. Falstad is already flying back to help defending it, and now that he burns the minion wave away, they could even go for a quick kill. 30k is in trouble. They are falling behind way too quickly. That's a kill against Imperius too. They definitely miscalculated how this would go. That's another kill against Dino. Pretty much guaranteed. 2 kills and the fort at the bot lane has been destroyed. Wow. Wow. And thanks to the 2 kills, they can steal the Siege Giants away. What a beginning. What an opening into the first map of this one. Now, boss is also traveling through the bottom of the map. That's going to be super impactful with the fort. Second objective is going to spawn at the bottom of the map and makes this even more important, especially since objective number 2 spawns around level 10 abilities usually. It's one of the more important ones because that's where one of the teams starts to get the lead. If you have the first objective with the double shrine or double temple spawn, then you can still go for even trades. You don't have that option when you're going for the bot lane. So that is a huge problem now. There's a lead in experience. It's a tiny one, but it's there. They're diving in. They Quasar is like, hey, what a sec? What's happening here? That's not quite what I was looking for. Falstad is already pushing out the bot lane. They try to steal this away, but they are starting to move back out. And, whew, I'm still a little bit shocked. I'm still a bit shocked what happened here. Yeah, 30k miscalculated. I mean, generally, it's not really a horrible idea. Once that you're really starting to push a lane and your opponent does the same, it's normally a much worse choice for you to try and retreat. Instead, it's better if you just say, okay, we keep going, you keep going, we both trade, and then we fall back. But given the different speed in how they could clear the structures, 30k just couldn't get ahead there. And then they tried to still take the fort down, overstayed a little bit, and got punished for it. So now we got 2 kills to 0. Falstad is holding the lane experience for the team, has 8 stacks to his name already, and they're moving now through the top lane in an attempt to first of all take the mercenary camp down of 30k, which they succeeded in. And now the Donuts can push it too. Falstad is still at the bottom of the map, can then fly in whenever he wants to. Skok is doing well, and that's even without his boomerang on level 7. Once he has that, he has even more lane pressure. So right now, shrines are being exchanged, but of course there is a significant advantage. The reason, by the way, why the Donuts are focusing in the middle is also because it protects their mid fort. So that's huge. That's actually a huge deal. And they're moving in for even more damage here. Same is happening at the top side, by the way. So 30k is hoping for 2 forts to be destroyed now, because once they're taking the top, the shots will focus into the middle. But that is just nasty. What a game. Oh my god. The birdie moving into, and they are just continuing the push. There's the level 7. We got the repeating arrow. We got the boomerang in. And yeah, 2 forts gone on both sides. A bit of extra damage through the Donuts. What a setup. What a speedrun in this one. Yeah, well done. Okay, so another minute and the boss is going to be up on the map. So that could also be a thing. I mean, I mentioned during the draft already that with the lineup that we have, the boss control is better for the Donuts. They got the Cocoon and they got the Mighty Gust. Technically, they could also go into an Emerald Wind, which I'm not sure we're going to see here. It matters, of course, quite a lot because we got an Arrow build with Monster Hunter for Vala and Exterminator for Jimmy. And obviously, with the situation at the bot lane as is, with one team losing their fort, that boss would be way more impactful for the Donuts than it would be for 30k. So that adds to all of this. So the boss lane advantage for the Donuts, combined with their lineup that gives them a lot of control over a given space, is going to make this a real uncomfortable spot for 30k to fight. So they will have to keep close tabs on it, or they could likely lose that bottom and keep to a simple early game boss push. And Falstad, he's pushing out the top lane now. He's utilizing that level 7 talent perfectly. So he's staying at the lane, he's getting more damage in, he's starting to take some of the structures down, he can burn these minion waves away without any problem whatsoever. Boomerang connects a little bit late, but it does, and it helps him to get the stacks together for his level 1 as well. So down, talking about stacks 4 for Vala, they're still fighting out at the bot lane. 4v4, Ultralisk, and he's down. Dropped by the Fruit Fly. Okay, here we go, X-Ray gets attacked, and he might fall as well. The Donuts, damn, they are going straight in. That is some pretty beefy pastry over here. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what kind of donuts that is, but they are filled with bear meat or something. There's no sugar on this one. They're not sugarcoating anything. Instead, 5 kills to 0, and with level 10 abilities, they are heading straight in for the boss. And oh my dear God, that's going to be a problem. That boss at the bot lane. Copenhagen is already going for the camp. They're going for a speedrun over here. And 30k, they had a good warm-up against Chili Mountain, but maybe drained all their energy already. Because they look like they are having some real trouble over here. Now, thankfully for them, Dino's level 1 and level 7 can now quite nicely defend against the boss too. But of course, they're losing a lot of ground now because the objective at the bot lane is eliminating the fort up at the top. Jimmy has already started to move in to take the siege giants down. They're even letting the boss slide and are moving down to the bottom of the map. Cocoon had to be used just to be on the safe side to make sure that nobody falls. But it's still an enormous amount of pressure that they are currently experiencing here. Okay. The extra spicy donuts are making their play. Yeah, Falstad still up at the top. Skog is playing his own game. PhD in PvE, he's starting to move to the top and saying like, quack, doing his thing and just playing this super smooth. Every single time that there's somebody rotating towards him, he just falls back a little bit, waits in the bush until they retreat again, and then he pushes the lane out once more. Alright, so let me also have a quick look at the... Gust is already out. Okay, careful. Damage output, 12,000 to 15,000. Vala's taking the numbers here, but still. And still not a single kill for 30k. Alright. And Skog up at the top. Again, super safe. Can always fly back, Hearthstone out. Doesn't even have to follow through, can cancel that if nothing else happens. But yeah, level 13 talents are not going to be ready for them. That gives us also the giant killer for Skog himself, which is of course another huge tool for him for the extra auto attack damage. So we're definitely going to see that. Well, he's actually holding it a little bit here. No interest. I mean, if you want to capitalize on your level 1, then that would be the play to make. It would be a little bit weird to see him go... Well, maybe... I mean, if he goes into a mage setup, he does, then they're just trying to play macro. Yeah, if you go to Flow Rider and then you follow it up with your level 16, then you're just deciding that you're not going to focus this much on auto attacks in the team fights, but that instead where you want to see your priority is pushing the side lanes and trying to control that so that you get more boomerang power out. So if that's your game plan, then that is definitely the correct choice to make. And it seems a bit like that's exactly what they're going to try and do here. And for good reason. You can see that the red team is saying, okay guys, these shenanigans, we need to stop that. We need to do something about the top lane and really push. Because if we are playing this slow, they're going to rip us apart with Falstad. And that's exactly what's happening at the bottom of the map. But up at the top, the story continues. And the birdie is going for it now. And again, thanks to the level 13, you now have the cooldown reduction. So you can get more of those boomerangs out and that keep is about to go down. So they made the decision to not go Giant Killer because they said this game is going so well, if we just play macro against them, we win. Yeah, And right now, that bottom keep is down. And the red team, you can't really even blame them for not defending this. From their perspective, they're just looking at this as saying, we need to make some moves. If we just keep defending, we don't have a global, they do, Falstad will kill us. This is what's gonna happen. We need to force some fights, we need to make some plays. So they were trying to push the top, but they got shut down. The defense of the Donuts was too good, and Brightwing has committed to Emerald Wind as well. So that's of course another tool that can be used for defense. And yeah, it's just gonna be a disaster here for them. In a minute, we got the boss up again. You can see that they're retreating. They have no interest fighting here. None. Zero. Why would they? They just need to play around the opponent, wait for a talent advantage, and then they can take battles. But why would they do anything else? Let that fall, that's fine. They already took the first keep down. They are attacking the top now. Falstad can make the same play. Now we got Epicenter. And we have, with the Aeric Gust, also the faster tailwind activation. So, beautiful setup. Don't have to fight. You can just play it slow. The opponent is playing a double support. They got Valas the main damage. They won't be able to get the structures down as quickly. And now that they have 16, they can go into the battle. Take the advantage. The birdie gets attacked. There's the isolation. Uther is cocooned. And that's the end of Imperius. They go for X-Ray next. Solid damage and another kill. That's 2 heroes down. And they're chasing them even harder. Misha dies, but not before she sets up the stun. And now Ultralisk himself, yeah, he is also on the move. They might get him if there's another stun. Maybe Nubarak can hit him with a burrow charge, and that's the end of him. There he goes. He's down, and it seems like we're going to see another keep fall. Couple of beetles are getting spawned. They're burning this one down quickly. Keep in mind that those temples are still up, and that's not the only thing. They also have still the boss at the bottom of the map, and they haven't used Emerald Wind yet. And Cocoon is going to be back soon. So is, of course, the Mighty Gust. So now with the second keep destroyed, they can go for the boss if they want to. Now, I wouldn't do it because why would you risk it? If you lose the boss fight and lose the boss, then your opponent has a ticket back into the game. If anybody has to go for it, it is the red team. They can make a call for boss despite the fact that they don't have the level 16 talent. But from the perspective of the blue team, there's no reason to risk it. I mean, why would you? Instead, they take the final few shots at the top. That's already the fountain destroyed. And now they can keep Falstad at the top lane. They can keep an eye on the boss. And whenever the boss gets attacked by 30k, they just push top lane instead. Yeah, look at this. Seething hatred even. Not playing it safe. They know that they got it all in. But yeah, check it out. It's exactly what I just said. So they're gonna go for boss because it's the only Hail Mary that they can throw. There's no other option for them. And in the meantime, the blue team does exactly what they're supposed to do. Instead of trying to go for boss and defend this, they're just saying, you get boss, we get keep. It's fine. I can live with that. So we start to take the keep down, and once the next objective is up, we're gonna play around that. And they can of course now start to defend, and Falstad is gonna continue pushing the lanes out whenever he gets an opportunity here. Now, bot lane, as I said, they gotta deal with it now. The birdie is already there, and this is just smart play. You don't have to always go into every single team fight and take those. You can just simply dominate on the macro and then take it from there. And through the early game, that option became available. So right now, 8 kills to 1. Bottom keep, not even pressured. Double Templars coming up. And this is pretty much checkmate. Once those 2 temples are up, the 4-man of the Donuts will move in, try to take shots on 1 temple. If they get 1, it will take the keep down, plus it will also attack the core directly. And Falstad is splitting away from the team and is going to push out the side lanes, trying to escort some catapults onto the core, and if he can, attack the core too. So 30k knows that. So what can they do? Nothing. They can only try and force fights. That's why they're so aggressive here. It's the only reason why they're sitting right now in front of the gate trying to push through this. Because they know they gotta attack. Where's Falstad going? Exactly. Side lane. Bam. Together with the Siege Giant camp and the catapults. Red team, they need kills. No kill, no win. You have no chance here. This is a checkmate position. At this point, it's literally whatever 30k does, they are likely gonna lose unless they are able to force a fight and bring kills in. And Donuts, they know that perfectly well. They're saying like, yep, we're playing this slow. We're gonna poke you out a little bit. As long as they see shots fired from the top, they know that one of the heroes is missing, so they can go for this. But they're just buying time. They're buying time for the birdie, and that's now catapults and more stuff on the core in just a second. So, yep, he can attack that. Over here, level 20 is now in the hands of them as well, so you got the Storm Talent too. Falstad, yep, has the Wind Gunner. the wind tunnel. He takes the shield down. They go for the next kill. The game is falling apart. It's falling apart quickly. And as you can see here, he's doing way too much damage. Wind tunnel is in. Siege giants, catapults, they all do work. He burns it down. The fight over here is still ongoing. Uther and Stukov are both down. So one way or another, this one's gonna end. They go for the bird. Brightwing jumped into. And that is just a solid performance in game number 1. The Donuts, with clever play, lock in the victory on the first map and take the lead in this Heroes of the Storm best of 5.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity. A very clean game and victory for the Donuts on our first map on Sky Temple. There's little to do for 30k after the initial lead. Once that the exchange ended in favor of the Donuts, they did just extremely well of holding that advantage and using the global that they exclusively had in the game to take the first win. But now we're heading into a really different situation. Battlefield of Eternity is a completely different map and has to be played out very differently from what's going on Sky Temple. Zarya gets banned immediately. Rutsu is of course also known for the Zarya picks, and they're just snappy on the picks and bans right now. Medivh is of course not part of this one, neither is Chromie. She has too much range poke. Don't want to deal with her on the Immortal, but Sonya, easy lock now for 30k for her. Now, again, that leaves us with the Anubara composition that Lauber and his boys love to play on this map. I don't know if they're going to go for the same one, but they have been playing over and over and over again with Anubara Stukov on this map in particular. And there it is. Anubara gets taken, so does Rexa. If they get Stukov, they will, likely. The other option would be Brightwing. Polymorph after the stun, another CC tool. And they have been so incredibly aggressive and successful with this combo, it is nuts. Kill after kill after kill, it's just crazy. On the other hand, with Li Ming now taken and Varian for Masquerade, not only can you try and shut those plays down by then putting your own taunt out and throwing it into the equation, but on the same time, you also have of course an option to set the combo up yourself. Now, Ana gets banned, so there is no nano boost on Li Ming. But, yep, this is... I mean, it's already a really spicy draft for the two teams. So, there's a lot of action, a lot of kill potential. Both of them really focusing on team fights instead of just saying like, hey, what can we do around the Immortal? How do we lock that in first? There's the Stukov ban, which likely will lead us to Brightwing. Now, there's other supports that you could also play in that role. We've seen Deckard Cain in the mix. We've seen lately a bit more Malfurion being played. But one of the things that they specifically with Ixia did a lot is substitute Stukov with Brightwing for the Polymorph. Now, all of those are good options. Sometimes we're even seeing Lucio, which doesn't really follow up with the stun, but it allows you to get for easier rotations and you have an easier time jumping on a target. But as already highlighted first, Brightwing gets taken. We get Hanzo together with this, so there's an additional stun coming out with the arrow if they go that way. And yeah, it's the lineup that they want. It's honestly what they love to play here. Then again, what 30k is running isn't bad either. This is a nice setup. You get Varians taunt in, Sonya can follow. If a little bit more on the ballsy side, you can go straight in with a leap and connect that too. Li Ming with a combo is also quite powerful. She works well in stalemates when you're trying to get immortal damage out. That is always a risk though. Tyrande, as you know, if you watch this channel, I'm very much on the fence on Tyrande. I love her. I love the days when we had Murden Tyrande, when we had ETC Tyrande being played a lot. But these days, she is a liability. Because if you gain momentum in the series and you're starting to really just drive the game, if you are the one that makes the calls in the game, Tyrande is amazing. If you are starting to have a problem and you fall behind, she oftentimes gets farmed and has a huge problem. And that's what Genji is for. Rutz is gonna put her under pressure. The combo is clear. You get the Tyrande stun in. You want to have the Hunter's Mark here. It works well against the objective too. Greymane is great for it as well. But if this combo falls behind, they have a problem in their hand. Battlefield of Eternity, we're going to talk about this a little bit more as the game starts. But let's jump straight into our second map. The Donuts against 30k here at the tournament. The Donuts! Rutsu with the last pick, Genji. One of the things that he's definitely going to try and do is put some pressure onto Tyrande on the other side, but of course he has to be careful too. If he dives in and Varian taunts him, then he has a problem as well. Skog on Hanzo, Ixion Brightwing, Copenhagen is playing Rexa in our second game of the best of 5, and Lauber plays a Nubarak. On the right side of the map, 30k. They're playing with X-Ray on Tyrande, Quasar on Sonya, Ultralisk on Liming, Greymane gets played by Dainu, and Varian played by Masquerade. And honestly, this is a comp that we have seen pretty much exactly like this in HTC. Greymane plus Liming with Varian and Tyrande. But those were different days. A lot of patches have hit since then, a lot of new heroes were introduced, and a lot of things changed, especially around Tyrande herself. Now the idea is obviously still good. There was a time when Tyrande was the first pick, first ban on Battlefield of Eternity, but as I said, things have changed since then. She's still very good for what she's trying to do. One of the problems that she had... Oh, careful, Skog. Yeah, that could be a kill, but maybe Liming is in trouble. Greymane wants to go for it. Ultra is still a little bit low. Hanzo survives, and Liming gets out. All of them are getting out. Not a single kill down here, but a lot of action happening already as the game kicks off. Now, as I was about to say, for what she wants to do, Tyrande is great. You have the Hunter's Mark, it works against the Immortal, you can turn it down a bit easier. That's especially good for Greymane, who's obviously fantastic on this. Now, talking about Greymane, he's down. He's only doing a lot of damage against the Immortal when he's alive. Not the case anymore. First blood has been had. The problem for Tyrande is simply her survivability, that she is a bit on the squishy side. She doesn't really have an escape tool, but she is, of course, great with that extra damage that you can bring in and the stun as the follow-up. So this combo is going to kick off on level 4. Once that you have your taunt available, Tyrande is going to follow up on this. And as I said, we have seen her work in these patches these days, but it works extremely rarely. It's all about you gaining momentum. You need to dominate the game. And it is an easy combo to dominate with. I mean, you're starting early on with trying to get your kills. Your level 4 on Varian is the most important tool. Then you come through and you just do damage, you just get kills, you try to get elite and experience, and you get heavily ahead. If that doesn't work out against you and Tyrande's continuously being pressured, then you have a problem. And again, we're seeing that trade in structures. At the bot lane, the wall is open. And they are opening this up again. This looks familiar. We've seen a similar situation on the last map, and this time, of course, Greymane and Sonya, they are making for a lot more damage for 30k, but I guess it's going to be a trade in structures and not much more than that. The rotation is still going to be a little bit slow. I don't think they can defend the top, but they might be able to push us a little bit further and try to go for the wall down here. Top side, as predicted, this one is going to fall too this time. Level 4s are in, and that gives us, of course, for Varian, the taunt, and now we can go for those big fights. At the bottom of the map, they did a bit of damage. They're still trying to take one of the towers down, but they got to retreat now. So both of the teams, what they did here is just accelerate the game. They make it a little bit faster. They take the forts down, so this game has been sped up now by both of them. But as I said, once that they are engaging into this, falling back and defending is not really an option, because your opponent can still take the structure down and then retreat, and you wouldn't have been able to do as much damage on the other side. So they're just exchanging structures. With Greymane, that was possible this time. Yeah, and this is where, of course, Tyrande's great. Get the Hunter's Mark in, get Greymane into a good position, and start to burn them down. But here we go. Halftime show is won. 30k with a good move here. But they are starting to attack. There it is. The stun follow-up after the taunt, but it's a bit too late. Cooldown probably not ready in time. And now they're chasing. And they are trying to make the play here. And Tyrande's isolated. Isolated, stunned out. They want to go for the kill. And that is an easy one against her. Genji is zipping in. It's Hanzo who delivers all of the damage. They go for the double Shimada brother setup. And with the kill against Greymane, we have another one followed against Masquerade. 3 kills. Genji died, so it's 3 kills to 1. But Ultralisk is at least getting more damage in on the Immortal. The blue team doesn't give a shit, though. Instead of going for the objective, they're saying, guys, we're going to lose this one anyway, so let's just open the bot lane up a little bit. We're going to be able to defend, so it's going to be fine. We got Anubarak defending at the top against the camp, so instead, let's do some damage down here. They're going to get the Immortal. There's nothing we can do about that. We have to defend against it one way or another. So let's just pressure this a bit, get the level 7, defend the top, and set up for the defensive moves at the bottom of the map. And that's currently what they're doing here. Okay, so with all of this, we got our level 7 talent kicking soon in for 30k as well. It's all about the Immortal. And that big boy here is a beast, of course. That's 100% shield that we're talking about. Now, Anubarak dodges out on the follow-up stun. So there's that. Taunt has already been used. So far they're doing well, but likely they're going to lose that fort. And that would mean that 30k takes the lead here. Despite the fact that they're 3 kills behind, they take the structural advantage, and that matters. And it matters quite a bit. So Lead in experience? Yes, check. Lead in hero kills? Check. Lead in the game? Not so much. Because that's the second structure now destroyed, and they're opening up the bot lane too. Having 100% shield immortal against you is pretty impactful. And a lot of this was empowered by Tyrande, so we're gonna give her credit where credit is due. But of course the team fights still matter here. They matter more and more as the game continues and the death time has increased. Nice done! They're trying to go for the kill. Misha is down, but they can't chip in the damage that they want. Lauper, oh my god. He dodged out both the Sonya Shockwave and also Varian's damage. And talking Varian, they're turning it around, but Varian says like, wait a second, you're coming in, trying to fight me, there's a taunt. Yeah, but also, we got another kill, because Sonya is the second one to die here. There's a little bit of poke at the keep, and it has taken damage, but now we got 5 kills to 2, still an experience advantage, and Skork has moved away a bit as well. It's another fun one. It's another good game that we have. We get, of course, on the damage side, 16,000 for Sonya now. 16,000 also for Hanzo. Yep, Hanzo with 16,000 damage as well down here. The 10 abilities for the next objective are, of course, going to be quite important. And yeah, Varian himself with 13k, Li Ming 15,000. So they have a lot of good poke that they can utilize on this one. But, well, at this point, top side, camp gets taken too, so both of them do exactly that. But yeah, let's have a little bit of a look down here, because they continue to push this. They're just pushing the entire time. So, all of a sudden, Emerald Wind is in. We got the Dragon's Arrow as well. Unleash the arrow. Oh my god, what a nice dodge by Ultralis. Great dodge by him, saw the arrow coming. Now we got the cocoon out. They're still applying some pressure down here. And the fountain falls. But if that arrow connects, whew, that would have been at least 2 heroes stunned, maybe even a third. And they could have gotten a kill, I think. Now it's about the Immortal again. Disintegrate against Anubara gets chosen once again, so you're trying to burn the cocoon down as quickly as possible. On top of that, we got the bullet, so every single move by Varian is now followed up by multiple heroes for damage. And they are chunking the Immortal down. Greymane gets attacked. Emerald Wind, they're isolating Greymane completely. And Dainu dies. Dainu is down. The Emerald Wind setup was fantastic. The play out of the HTC days. Good old Genji jumping in, Brightwing with the teleport, and then the isolation play with the Emerald Wind. Quasar is alive, and 1 hit point on Skok. Literally a hit point. 1 single hit point on Hanzo, and he survives. Check that shit out. Oh my god, keep an eye on Hanzo here. So much damage on him, and it's a single hit point. That is as close as it gets. Not sure if I've ever seen that. Rutsu still tries to get damage in against Tyrande, but as you can tell, the objective is absolutely controlled by 30k here. Yeah, their kills come in. And this is a pretty nasty move now, because now we're talking key. So, 6 kills to 4, but kills only go so far. You need to get the objective as well. Up at the top, there we have it. The push onto the keep, and this one already hurts. And this is also, by the way, where the Immortal is going to push, so that keep is not going to be an easy save, if they can save it at all. But I guess they're going to try. And 30k, all they need is a kill or 2. Dominating the objective is what kept them in this game so far. And this, I don't think they can save this one. The wall is up. There is no chance. Nah, it's not happening. That keep is down. The fight afterwards, that's the interesting part. Rutsu coming in from the side, yeah, but Misha's already about to get wrecked. Yeah, she's down. So is the keep. 30k! They're playing it well. They're really playing it well. They're using Tyrande perfectly. The donuts are not able to get the pressure on her that they need in order to make her crumble. There's the cocoon. It gets burned away, and they try to go for a game. Nice setup. Impressive. 30k really makes it work. They use the combo to its fullest potential, take the victory, and tie the series here on Battlefield of Eternity against the Donuts. Game number 3, Brexit Holdout. Let's go, everybody. That was a pretty solid performance by 30k. I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was really well done. Especially with Tyrande as a bit of a liability when your opponent applies pressure on her. They played very well around it. They locked both of the Immortals in. And thanks to the game being accelerated because the teams exchanged those early forts, they could push for keep and core very, very early on. So now the series is tied. We're heading into game number 3 in the best of 5. And I'm actually a bit surprised that it's Brexit again. But there is the ban on Chromie. Okay, so what do we expect here? I mean, it's a little bit of a different setup because this is another 2-lane map. This is a map where the 4 versus 1 matters a lot. You could ban, and we've seen bans in previous series against heroes like Anubara, Genji, because they can move between the lanes so quickly. As you can see right now, we got a variant banned out as well. Yeah, doesn't want to deal with a taunt here. It's surprising me that they actually banned it. I think if given a choice, what's going to be taken by the Donuts is a Nubarak. Maybe they try to plan it to take it away. But, well, we have, for now, Medivh banned out. I mean, that doesn't come as a shock. But now, what do you ban? You can ban a Nubarak, you can ban someone like, I guess, Genji. Was banned previously. It's always a question of how much are you worried about these quick rotations onto another lane, about the mobility of those heroes. And talking about it, Uther gets banned, but now do they go for that mobility? Yeah, Blauber locks it in. Anubarak once again. So, Sonya and Genji. Here we go. Genji is in. And that gives us also the Sonya setup for the top lane. Yeah, they played already on the last map with Rexxar. This is another great map for Rexxar, so if they don't have any kind of different game plan, then Rexxar would be the obvious choice for them for the top lane, after Sonya has already been picked. But I'm more interested what they're going to do at the bot lane. And well, there's Rexxar and they got Junkrat. We've seen in the previous series here in the losers bracket how impactful Junkrat can be, not only with the wave clear that he brings. A Riptide into a Zerg wave is fantastic. Nades, of course, are great too. But also with the mines that he can set up around the boss and around the camp. So there's a lot of stuff that he can do with that. And as far as bans go, I mean, it's Ixit that you're probably going to target. Yep, Stukov. The Nubarok Stukov setup. Too scary, too strong, too scary, don't want to deal with it. I'm personally just happy that this series is close. I gotta be honest, sometimes you're moving into these maps and you're like, ooh, what if it's a 3-0, you know? Like, what if one of the teams just coming in, bam, and just crushes it? But nope, we get at least 4 maps out of this one, so that makes me a happy panda. It's gonna be a long day again, but again, that's a small price to pay for this. So, here comes the quick ban against Phoenix. Yeah, meaning that with Phoenix you can't go into some kind of planet cracker setup to burn a Zerg wave down. You can't get the warp to just rotate between the lanes. Salvo is not an option when you're making big plays around the boss, for example. But let's get the picks in. Especially what Dino is going to take will be interesting here. But also what kind of tank Masquerade is going to play for them right now. Both of the teams still need a bit of wave clear. Right now Junkrat provides quite a bit. There's the Karazim setup. Very mobile, as you can see. A lot of those heroes, super mobile, easy time traversing lanes, can assist quickly. Deathwing now in, and that leaves us with the last pick for them. But at the same time, we still need a support and probably another range damage dealer for the Donuts. I guess technically they could still go into another melee hero. There's a few options. I mean, theoretically, if you didn't go for Jungle, you could play Zarya here too. I don't think that she's going to pick now. Lucio and Maiev. Okay, so stage set for Brexit Holdout. Let's make that happen here. Maiev could be definitely the X factor once again. So yeah, forcing someone into those fights, especially around the beacons, that's definitely going to be neat. But the last pick for the team in red, Masquerade. We've been waiting a lot for him now today. A lot of toilet breaks for that guy. Don't know what he had for food yesterday, but apparently doesn't agree with him all that well. Mei gets picked. And here we go. Masquerade picks the last hero. We're ready for Brexit Holdout, everybody. The Donuts against 30k. Our third map. Which team takes the lead? Let's find out together as we're jumping into another Heroes of the Storm match. Game number 3. Oh yeah, we got a long day ahead of us with a lot of awesome Heroes of the Storm matches, and another one continues right now. At this point, we're jumping straight onto Brax's holdout, and on the left side, Skok on Maiev for the blue team, for the Donuts. We got Copenhagen on Rexa, Ixias playing Lucio, Rutsu on Junkrat, and Lauba playing Nubarak in our third game. On the right side of the map, we got X-Ray on Karazim for 30k, Dainu on Deathwing, Dequaza on Sonya, Ultralisk on Genji, and Masquerade is playing Mei. A couple of changes also in terms of the talents. I mean, right now we got the Agile Dismount. Again, mobility is quite important on the map when you're trying to jump over here, for example, go for one of the beacons. Same is obviously possible at the bottom of the map. Nubarak's dive is important for this. We have already some traps being set up. Everybody's hoping that someone moves maybe through here, comes in from the top. Any kind of rotation that could come your way that you can interrupt and then attack is welcome. Nice skin also for Dino over here. The man knows how to pick Deathwing skin. No chicken in this one. We don't go for the turkey. And that's a problem for Ultralisk. And he's able to get out. They got the kill. Okay, not even close. That was a good one. That's kind of a bit awkward for just a second, but they're able to get the kill. We might take another look at this in a moment, but for now, okay, they're fighting. Yeah, let's have another look at this one. That was kind of funny. So they try to make the play. Junkrat jumps out, and then Ultralisk keeps himself alive, nearly falls, but gets the trade back up and then can jump over. And the death of Junkrat seals all of it. So, camps are now taken on both sides, but that one kicked us off into the game with a slight lead for 30k now, as the beacons are activating. Dino already on the way back. Camp is taken here. Ultralisk zipping around a little bit. And off we go. Lauba. Careful, bro. He's a bit low, and he's immediately getting attacked again as Ultralisk is moving in. They try to get him. The big tether from Skok on the other hand. Alright. Molten Flame. X-Ray. X-Ray. And he's dead. But so is Nubarak. And Nubarak is down. Ultralisk gets also crushed. Okay, we got a bit of a graveyard situation going on at the bottom of the map. Everybody dead or dying. Massive slaughter here with 2 kills, 2 now in total. And the blue team taking the objective. Rexa is obviously dominating at the top, as you would expect. And Brax's holdout and on Dragonshire, so good for him. But at the same time, we have down at the bottom of the map now a situation where the red team has to try and fight back on this. By the way, Maiev is also a bit in trouble, is a bit low in the HP pool. Lauba still attempting to retake, but he's all alone against 4 and might even die here. Lauba is waiting for the cooldown, gets the shield, and he dies. The final hits coming through from Genji before he has to move back and is forced out, but it's more than enough. And now it's the red team that has full control over both of the beacons and is getting the progress connected. Junkrat is trying to stop that at the bot lane. Successfully, I might add. But this is a pretty neat game. Fast paced already from the beginning. Okay. Now level 5 is ready. Both of them more or less the same experience here. We got 70% on the progress against 48. So, well, no matter how this ends, both of the teams will have a halfway decent Zerg wave. Yeah, bottom of the map now. Deathwing actually jumping in. They're trying to collapse onto Rutsu too, and he joins up with the rest of the team as they're pushing Dino back off the beacon. Karazim is at the bottom of the map, is retaking it, and up at the top, they haven't given up on it just yet, but they're starting to lose control. Here we go, Dino has to move out. Masquerade was trying to assist him here, but at the end of the day, it's only an exchange of beacons that we're witnessing here. Nice aggression, lots of fights, lots of momentum now. And at the bottom of the map, this is carried towards the wall at the fort. So, yep, they are able to take a lot down here. So they're taking not only the tower, but also the gate. Even the side wall is opened up. Rutsu is the only one holding on to this. But the rotation of the blue team is now underway. And they're desperately trying to get a little bit farther ahead. But as soon as they show on the map, the top gets attacked too. Rexa is getting pushed out. And there we go. 88 against 48. And now the play for structures. Everybody's just pushing. Everybody's just rotating against the opponent, get an advantage, get a numbers lead somewhere, and then translate that in either kills or damage. And at least at the bottom of the map, they're crushing. I've seen that play now 2 times on 2 different maps, and they're doing more or less the same thing in game number 3 too. but it's the blue team that is pushing way faster. I mean, damn, son, we're talking about the fort falling as at the top they're just getting the wall. So that rotation is going to be difficult to stop. Yeah, they're starting to come in. Fort, of course, is already about to fall, but it's at 50% HP. Ultralisk delivers a bit more damage, but here comes the entire lineup of the Donuts as they're looking for kills, and X-Ray's out of mana, out of hit points, and out of time. He moves away, but once they're taking this one, this is going to be a big lead. Genji is already moving down to the bottom of the map, attempting to retake this, but yeah, the distance or the gap between the two is definitely close now. 62 against 88. Quasar moving back. They're still going for Masquerade here. And Masquerade might die now. Masquerade is gonna die. 3 kills to 3. He's dead. And more pressure topside. What a game. What a series. I mean, this entire thing, every time they're starting to trade structures, they're just attacking structures and saying, all right, let's rotate around them, look for an opportunity, collapse onto some of those walls, and take them. They're talking about taking. They're taking the beacon control again. And they were even thinking about invading on the camp that was about to be locked in. So camp is now pushing down at the bottom. But the beacon progress continues. 88 points. They might even seal the deal here. But it's the top side where they get stopped. Yeah, we're talking about level 10 abilities soon. 1.5 levels are missing in this early game. Rexa is still holding this, and of course now the rotation fixes towards the top side again in an attempt to retake the beacon. They want the first Zerg wave. The thing is, it doesn't really matter all that much anymore, because with both of the teams being so close to 100%, both waves are going to be fairly strong. It's going to make a huge difference if you get level 10 as the wave comes in, because Riptire can clear it real quickly, and that's one of the reasons why Junkrat got picked here in the first place. And talking Junkrat, he gets attacked by Genji at the bottom of the map, but this time Genji is not able to get the kill. But they still have the bot lane control. At the top, it's a 3 versus 4. And X-Ray's experiencing that firsthand, because he's like, wait a second, there's way too many people here. Especially counting for Misha too. Junkrat down at the bottom, Ultralisk gets the kill, and the 2 versus 1. Big win now here for 30k. And of course, the reaction is coming in immediate. They're making a quick move for Genji, and he's down. Kill for a kill for a kill. Top side, Rexa is dealing with the situation. Once that Misha respawns, he can try and take the beacon. Down at the bottom, they're still fighting it out. Level 10 abilities are ready now, only for one team. Half a level lead is giving them a bit of a time frame. No Riptire. Instead, we are seeing the Rocket Ride. I mean, similar setup. Can first of all follow up on kills, but they also have an opportunity to burn these waves down. And here we go. Rocket Ride is in, and bullseye, baby! Oh yeah, big bullseye play right here, and now it's time for the defense. Deathwing at the top, pushing in with a big wave. At the bottom, a similar picture. Both of the teams now with level 10 abilities. That fort bot side has of course fallen already. At the top, it's now down. And yep, off we go. Everybody's just defending. And well, while this happens, let's take another quick look at that Rocket Ride kill, because that one was precious. First it is a setup with a cocoon, and then it's just a bullseye hit right here. Karazim goes down, gets crushed, and it's all up for the defense. Now, they're still getting a bit of damage connected with Dinu's Deathwing, but let's be honest, we are fairly even still in this game. Both teams are... Actually, now the red team is taking the lead, because they rotate to the bottom of the map a bit quicker and take down the fort. Can they escape though? That's the bigger question. Yeah, dodging out on the wall. The stun doesn't connect though, but they might not be done. There's the cocoon on Sonya, and they're forced into the fight. 7-sided, that's not good enough. Here comes the rest of the team. X-Ray gets crushed. Rexa takes him down. Sonya dies at 7 kills to 4. Deathwing is trying to cover the retreat a little bit and is already moving out, but look at Maiev. Can she bring them back in? Well, she's trying to, but unsuccessfully. Well, this is on the other hand pretty neat. That's a nice move. This is something that the North American teams have done for quite some time whenever they play Junkrat. They specifically picked Junkrat against Deathwing and used Rocket Ride, because Deathwing has a very tough time getting out of the Rocket Ride hit. So you always will connect some of the damage, and I think that's part of the thought process for Rutsu here too. So yeah, that's something that NA came up with. They played this for quite some time when Deathwing came out. And it didn't really catch on too much. You don't see too often, but every now and then it's part of the decision making here, as you can see from Rutzo. So yeah, good for them. 8 kills to 4. Level 13 talents are up next on the board. By now we got 21,000 damage for Maiev. Junkrat is sitting at 17k. And down here the fights continue. Alright, 7-sided setup. That didn't really do a whole lot. Gets tethered back in. Nice wall though. Ice wall is there. And they're trying to get some follow-up with the extract now coming in. And Rexa is down. Rexa gets wrecked and Lauber might be next. Yeah, he's low, gets attacked and dies too. What a brawl on this map. And Genji is trying to follow up on Maiev, but they are going for the boss instead now. Boss gets quickly taken here. So far, so good. This is such an awesome series. I mean, honestly, the entire tournament has been great. In the early rounds, yes, we might have had a lot of one-sided games, but that's quite typical for an open tournament. But what's happening now in the last few games is just insanity. Skork is about to be taken down. Maiev is dead. They're trying to get the kills. Everybody's so low. And here comes the rocket right. Does he get a kill? Yes, he takes Deathwing down. And Ixia is still looking for X-Ray, but the boss is taken and Ultralisk finishes off Lucio. This game is just bananas. I mean, seriously. So, yep, the party continues. A bit of a bot lane push is happening. Now at the bottom of the map, Nubarak is still sitting tight here. And of course, with 9 kills to 8, level 13 talents, boss at the top. They gotta defend this one too. It is just action all over the place. In this case, it focuses on Nubarak again, who was trying to take the beacon. He's not the only one. Up at the top, you see a similar setup, of course. And Nubarak actually gets followed by Genji, who wants the kill, but instead it's Genji who's in trouble. 7-sided strike is not available, but the X-strike will do for now. Hits the Nubarak, and Karazim is coming in with the final damage. So Lauba is down once more. 9 kills to 9. 18 kills in 11 minutes. Yeah, and it just continues. There's the kill against Junkrat, a counter kill against Ultralisk. 10 kills to 10. Like, what is this game? What a mad brawl. But the advantage is still in the hands of 30k because they have both of the beacons under their control. They're really working towards that, and the boss is still active at the top. Boss is still sitting there, doing his thing, and connecting a lot of damage. That's gonna be a problem. And another problem is the Zerg wave. That's 100% against 0. 100% against 0 and a massive push through the bottom of the map now. And Genji should arrive in time to assist the team with this. Yeah, that is a bit bonkers now. That's gonna get a bit crazy. If they could get the level 16 with it, oh my god, they could maybe even end. But now we have 12 minutes in, Genji's on the way, and here we go. This is gonna be pretty crazy now. There's the push, they're moving through that bot lane. Yeah, Ice Wall is already out, didn't catch anybody though, zoned them a little bit. They break through that, and this keep is gone. The only question is, can you take the game? Because level 16 is ready for them any second. There's the rocket right, not enough damage to get a kill for them this time. The cocoon was out too. They are taking the keep. Where's the 16 when you need it? They get it any moment now, but first they might get the kill against Maiev, and yes, that might be game. That might just be game. They're coming in with kill after kill. Down goes Maiev, and Nubarak dies. The 16 talents are taken, and what a match. The Donuts, ladies and gentlemen. They are getting eaten in Game 3 as 30k comes in with a 13-minute victory on Brax's holdout. Well played. Great performance in this Heroes of the Storm game. Infernal Shrines, map number 4. 2-1. 30k. They want the rematch, everybody. 30k is looking to go up against the Hardos right now. I gotta say, this one is fun so far. This is actually a cool series, and I don't know why, but it seems that every single game that we see, at some point in the game, there is a quick move on the structures where both of the teams are just starting to crush a lane. And they're just saying, you know what? Let's speed this up a little bit. Let's just take a fort down each, and then we're going to take the rest from there on out. Now, we got our fun setup here. We got Medivh against banned. We got Sonya this time also banned out. But I am very, very curious to see if this is going to be a 5-mapper or not. Because the Donuts, they had some great games. I mean, again, it was a massive brawl on map number 3, obviously. So they just jumped in and just like beat the shit out of everybody, out of each other. But now, can you maybe lock in that victory with the 3-1? Can 30k advance to face off against the Hardos in the grand final match or not? That is the bigger question right now. Anyways, as this stands, let's see what we're gonna get as our first pick. Now, there's a couple up, like Chromie, and before I can even finish my sentence, she's already taken. So, yeah, there it is. And what are we gonna get with this one? Alrighty, that is a Chromie first pick for good burst, and that immediately, of course, says, hey, if we can get a Varian, we might consider that. Stun into Chromie damage, that's what it's about. Jojo for a little bit of AoE and for Shrine Control. Diva together with that. Alright. That's kind of neat. Now that means that we have already 2 solid picks for the front line on the side of 30k. A little bit of a different pace in terms of what the picks are for here. Now, let's not forget that Varian and Stukov are both up. That's an option. With Chromie, 100%. You immediately say that you're playing a very different style because you're saying like, hey, we are going for kills, we're not necessarily going to take the objective here. And they decide to go up against them now. So instead, we have quick set on Lauber with Mei, and we got Ixia on Lucio. Alright, so for the Donuts, there's of course a lot on the line right now. I mean, they're looking at this, they're saying like, guys, this could be on our last map, so we need to really just like buckle down now, take a deep breath, locker durch die Hose atmen, like you would say at home. But yeah, bring in the victory, or we're gonna have a huge problem on our hands. Now with Rutzo in the game, and with this being Infernal Shrines, they're trying to take some of the sustain down by banning out Zarya. That's always a hero that you have to keep in the back of your head if you're playing against Rutzo. He loves to play that, and he's shown great plays with it as well. Banning on the other side. I mean, again, you can ban the supports out. Stukov is still up. Infernal Shrines, even without Varian or Nubarak, he's fantastic. Deckard Cain has been played quite a bit too, because you can just control those entry points really nicely. But as you can tell, it's more Cassia that they're worried about for now. Okay. And, well, let's go. And they want to finish it here. 30k is a good start, but they need a little bit more. And there we go, Deckard Cain, and they use Dino's Tracer once again. Tracer is back, everybody. Good for them. There we go. Tracer's in. Dino had some amazing games on Tracer already. Can he deliver once more? Last 2 picks. Last 2 picks. This is it. The Donuts. What is Rutsu gonna play? What's the side laner? Leo and Zeratul. God. Tracer against Zeratul. This is gonna be fun already. And of course a Chromie behind all of this. Let's not forget about that. So while you're dealing with Zeratul, Chromie is just shelling the shit out of you from the backline. Now, Ultralisk, last pick. This is the moment when you want to lock Medivh in. And you of course never gonna get, because he is already banned. But you're going up against Zeratul and against Medivh and against Chromie, and you're just like, oh my god. Sylvanas Tracer. Guys, let's go. Let's go. Infernal Shrines, map number 4. We're heading into potentially the last map of this Heroes of the Storm series. The Donuts going up against 30k in the losers bracket final of the Rive tournament. The Donuts against 30k, everybody. Let's make it happen. The 4th map, potentially the last. Can the Donuts take it and force game 5? That's the big question now. Will 30k go up to the grand final where they would meet again up against the Hardos? On the left side, Rutsu on Zeratul. We have Skog on Chromie, Ixia on Lucio, Lauber on Mei, and Copenhagen is playing Leoric. On the right side of the map, X-Ray for 30k with Deckard Cain, Dequaza on Diva, Masquerade on Johanna. We got Ultralisk on Sylvanas, and Dino is playing Tracer. Okay, let's see what we're gonna get here. First of all, we got the Might of the Nerazim build shaping up. Spray game on point. Might of the Nerazim build for Zeratul, the Heat Transfer on level 1 for Mei. We're gonna get Austin's Renewal in this game. And right now, we have a pretty interesting situation in front of us, because we see that battle between Tracer and Zeratul already coming our way. Ixia slowing everybody down as Copenhagen moves to the top with his janitor down to the bottom of the map. They're gonna maybe try and make a play for Jojo, but now that Ultralisk is here, yeah, they're just like zooming out. Alright, so Masquerade and Ultralisk are already on the lane. Everybody else is slowly rotating. You're gonna try and get your camps around the 1 minute mark. That's obviously gonna be a big one. And outside of that, it's going to be a focus on Zeratul and on Tracer all around, especially from our perspective, since we want to see how they can perform here. As you can tell, there's a quick play for the camp. Already Tracer moving in for Chromie, and Tracer has to jump out, but Sylvanas finishes the job. They take the kill, and now they can steal this away. Now they have a chance to steal this away right here. And let's see if that's going to work out for them, because so far it's looking pretty good. 30k with the lead on kills. They're taking the camp. Can they take that fountain? Do they have the vision? Do they have enough skills and abilities to take that? Not now. Okay. Well, Lauber saves it. Maybe not quite. That could still fall. But nope, they don't have enough damage to get it. That would have been amazing. If they could have taken the fountain down this early in the game, oh, that would have been such a nuisance and such a problem. But anyways, down at the bottom of the map, there's already Chromie dishing out a bit more damage. 30k tries to take their camp as well, and off we go. That's a level 4 talents early on for them. Leo gets attacked a bit at the top. Again, Tracer Zeratul, that's going to be the battle between the two assassins the entire time here. Rutsu is the one who has to really lock Dino down. And already he does a lot of damage here. So that's exactly what we're going to be looking for the entire time now. Yeah, even tries to set this up. And Dino was probably already quite aware that he was a bit too close to that bush. So he's like, well, I have to really pay attention when I Hearthstone. If he shows, then I need to get out of here. So it's 1 kill against 0, but this game is of course wide open. Top lane is where the first objective spawns. We have camps taken on the left and the right side, so the shamans are currently taken. Bottom of the map, that's where Rutsu is busy now. Dequaza is going to be trying to take this. And yeah, up at the top side, that's where the red team takes their position a bit early. And of course, the big deal for them is that they have a lot of AoE with this setup. They picked the Johanna early. They also went now into the Sins Exposed. We got a Diva for a bit of control and side lane soak. Currently busy between the mid and the bot lane. Vision has granted at the top, and here comes the engage into the back as they're trying to lock Jojo into a corner, which didn't quite work out. But the lead for 30k on the objective is still there. Only one of the teams took the Shaman camp, namely the Donuts, and it's already eliminated. But here comes the push, as both of them are fairly even on the stacks. Slight advantage now for the Donuts. Zeratul and Diva still at the sides, trying to get the level 7 talent for the respective teams. And 30k has it first. They got the talent, and they're immediately going for a bit of a play here. They want to take the lead. 27 against 18. Now the attack against Deckard Cain. The old geezer trying to get out of here. But Chromie drops him where he stands. Once again, Deckard Cain disregards the social distancing rules and pays the price for it. Masquerade at the top in a one-on-one gets his Iron Skin back. He can move out. But now Zeratul is coming back in, and he's going to finish the job, or he's trying to, and he gets the drop on Jojo, moves out of the tower range. The objective gets locked in by 30k, thanks to the Diva explosion, though. And if they now can get Lauber or somebody else, that would of course be fantastic. But it's instead Sylvanas that falls. Chromie dies too. Tracer dishing out some damage and doing serious work here as the Punisher is moving over. Diva dies as well. Dino, the only survivor. The Punisher jump is getting proc, and Tracer is soon gonna fall too. 5 kills to 2. Deckard Cain at the bottom of the map. The top side attacked, and what a game again. I mean, seriously. What the hell is happening in this series? Every single game is just a massive brawl. The Punisher gets a kill. The Punisher just locked a kill in. And I mean, you know me. We're gonna take another look at it. Jumps on the Lucio. He gets completely stunned into... I mean, that was unlucky. He was trying to move through the gate. Then he gets stunned by the jump. And the ice locks him into place even longer. And that's a kill. Punisher with a kill against Lucio. Half a level to level 10. And this entire series has just been a brawl. Every single game, I guess with the exception of Sky Temple, every single game has just been a mad brawl over here. So right now, we are going full on party time on this one. We have nearly level 10 for the team in blue. And Ixia is zipping through the bot lane. Yeah, level 10 is in. And that, of course, gives us now, once again, the ice wall. We got the sound barrier. We got the entomb. And on the other side, we still have our ults out as well. Both of the teams with level 10 abilities. But we are keeping a close eye on Zeratul now that he has the Might of the Nerazim. He's going to be way more aggressive on the map and is going to try and do his thing. So, yeah, there we go. Anyway, down at the bottom of the map, another camp is about to be taken, so they're going for the Khaldor camps again. A little bit of damage against Root so early on already. Zeratul and Tracer again fighting their little battle here. And so far, Zeratul jumped in again. Chromie with a quick kill. Deckard Kane is down. And here comes the Wailing Arrow. That one shot out first. Camp is about to be taken, and the blue team is able to lock it in. 6 kills to 3 now. Okay. Push through the middle, down at the bottom of the map. Ultralisk, Masquerade, they're on the receiving end of the Chromie damage. And Leo is now rotating over. Dequaza is sitting at the top and trying to do this thing here. 20,000 damage already for Tracer. She is getting very, very good damage out here. The cavalry is on a bit of a killing move. It's a girl on the mission over here. But Zeratul, of course, 15,000 for himself. And he's just waiting for chances to get a nasty drop on somebody. And he has already done a whole lot of work. I mean, Dino himself was pushed back several times by him. 6 kills to 3 now. And let's go. Yeah, Chromie, once again in action, normally banned, but she finally made it into the game, I suppose.
Yay!
Shut up. Alright. Chromie in her little sex dungeon over here, disregarded for just a second. She's way too excited of having a part in this one. But we got the next objective coming up, and that's what we should probably focus on in this game. 30k, they want the victory, they want to end the series right here, right now. Leo is getting a little bit nasty too.
Say hello to your sister for me.
Yeah, I will. But for now, you should probably focus a little bit on the objective, my friend. I mean, seriously. So, level 13, that's what they want next. The donuts. Here we go. Can they take it? The level 13 talent would give them a lead here, but it's all about the kills for now because Dino's jumping in against Zeratul again. The two of them in a 1 versus 1. Here comes the bomb connected. It is the Arcane Punisher that we're fighting over now. Same time now. Chromie dishing out the damage here. They go for Masquerade. Zeratul is down. Chromie with the timeout. She's in the back here. She's in trouble. Chromie down. Chromie dies. She's eliminated. Diva with the kill on the explosion. That double kill against the donuts. And 30k looking absolutely golden here. 6 kills to 5 in total. Dequaza is already way back up at the top. Copenhagen is about to move. Sylvanas is still on the objective. Everybody else has moved into the middle, trying to take the fort down before the Punisher even sees the light of day. Lauber is the only one sitting here. Dino, he doesn't care. He can zip away. No problem whatsoever. A bit of CC is dropped in, but there's the Arcane Punisher, and this is where the real party starts. They're going to come straight up through the mid lane right now, trying to drop the fort over here. And let's see if they can kill more than only the fort itself, because they got Sylvanas, they got Ultralisk. And of course, there's a little bit of backline damage still happening. 13 talents already, 6 kills to 5. It's insanely close again in experience. Both of them coming in on the 14. And here's the jump, getting procced over the wall, opening the wall up. Not even that. They are just moving away. They're hoping to get the fort up at the top. Yep, they're going for the top fort, trying to take this one. And they should be able to do that. I mean, the entire 5-man is there, and they're just murdering the hit points on this beast. Off we go, easy kill. And the blue team, of course, trying to take a bit of a deep breath. Focus once again. Refocus and then take a stand on objective number 3. Wave clear still in. Damage output they're seeing in this game. Tracer by now sitting at 27,000 damage. Top damage easily in the entire game here. No problem for Dino at all in this setup. They take both of the camps, the one at the bottom too. And the Janitor throwing his water bucket at D.Va, but she dodges that. And of course, there's only one camp left, and that is the Khaldor camp on the right side. But they're not going for it just yet. They have to help Dequaza out at the bottom. And Masquerade is now also sitting tight here. Left Cheat is still up, so maybe they can turn it. Yeah, Dino's already waiting. Dino's waiting to connect another one. If the Blessed Shield comes in and they can get a drop on someone, they might even be able to get a kill. But instead, what we're seeing is the camp claimed and the push in the mid lane, taking the minions down, securing the experience, trying to make their way towards level 16 for the next objective. And Rutsu still playing this slow. Every opportunity that he has, he jumps in. Gets some damage connected, but the big question is, of course, can you get that kill? And he is on Tracer every single time. Talking Tracer. Chromie with the damage. Has to go for the timeout again. Careful. And they're all retreating. Icewall doesn't need anything. Lauba, he needs a new prescription. Oh, yeah, or glasses. I mean, I don't think he has any, but maybe you should think about it. That one didn't connect. Instead, we have the kill against Jojo. Nicely done. A little bit of damage from Dino as he's starting to move in against Zeratul, but that didn't really help out. And here comes the sound barrier. Well played by Lucio with the perfect timing as they're trying to go for the X-Ray. Deckard Cain, the old man, in trouble. And Leo, he gets the kill, comes in, drops them. They're going for D.Va, but at the same time, Sylvanas was trying to murder them. Rutsu survives, Sylvanas is down, Dino is on the run. Bam! The Entomb is there, but it's not connecting. Dino, too fast, too furious. One of the few survivors of this onslaught at the bottom of the map. And the Donuts, after losing so many structures on the map, they are doing what they can to bring it back here. Now the next objective is going to pop up soon, but they're trying to steal also the camp away at the top right. And this is just insane right now. I mean, seriously, once again, the jump back in as they're trying to make a bit of a play. Yeah, 30k doesn't have none of it. They have none of it. They're just sitting here and they're going straight up for their own camp. They save it. But of course, a bit of an earlier position on the shrine, at least for the Donuts. Yeah, it's a little bit nuts. Right now, 9 kills to 5, and off we go. Here come the plays. They're trying to go for Dino again, but he is really playing this as safe as he can. Rutsu, on the other hand, he gets attacked. They're helping him to slide out here, and Zeratul is just controlled the entire time. Rutsu's waiting for opportunities, but Dino is playing safe around him and always initiates the damage to make sure that Zeratul is having a tough time committing to any kill. The action continues as we go for the next objective. Camps are colliding at the top. The D.Va explosion already forced over here. Very little value, pretty much none. Only zone value, nothing else. And the lead in stacks for the red team now, but they're going for the engage again, and here comes Zeratul. Zeratul is moving in for Ultralist, but he can't get the kill. Instead, we are going for quick damage against Lauba. The old man with a sleeper setup, telling stories again, and Chromie with one hit after another, but the Punisher gets locked in barely by the red team. They're waiting for the stun, but look at Rutsu moving out again, and Dino, he is still alive. Always making the plays here, slowing it down. Deckard Cain again attacked. The Punisher busy at the bottom of the map with the help of Johanna. X-Ray is down. Sylvanas jumps out. Dino tries to go for the kill, but he gets hit pretty quickly by the life drain. And now at the bottom of the map, the fort is about to fall. The party isn't over yet. Rutsu gets slowed as he's getting hit by the Condemn. Ooh, what a series. The fort is down, and up at the top side, Leo, he is pretty much all alone on the lane trying to stop the Shaman camp. 11 kills to 5. And despite that they're doubling the kill count of the red team, the Donuts have not been able to take a single fort down yet. Not one. Not one fort. Nothing they could do with that. Now, all the way up at the top, Dino is sitting there and is still zipping out, but seriously, this is getting a little bit nuts. The Donuts, they are getting really dangerous because, of course, the death timers, they are continuing to grow. And the more kills you get in the late game, the more wiggle room you have, the more you're dominating the flow of the game itself, and the more momentum do you have. But the red team, they want to turn this. If they can get some late game kills themselves, they can make the plays for the keeps. That's something that the Donuts cannot do at all, because they first of all have to take some of these forts down, which are still standing tall for the team in red. Now, both of them are going to get closer and closer to level 20 now. So Storm Talons, that's next up on the list here. 50,000 damage by now for Tracer. We got 40,000 for Chromie and pretty much the same numbers on Zeratul side too. But level 20 is going to be faster for the Donuts. They're going to have their Storm Talons very, very quickly now. And maybe then the play. I mean, keep things like Buried Alive in mind. Also Shatter. Buried Alive and Shatter, those two alone could create a lot of kill opportunities. Yeah, nice move against the Fountain, so they can take that. Level 20 is ready, Buried Alive, Shatter has been taken. On top of that, we get the Piercing Sands and the Shadow Stride. It's time to party. Now, the red team so far, they're not really interested in any kind of partying. They're saying like, guys, we're still on lockdown, we need to wait for the level 20. Once that we're there, we can talk. Until then, not so much. Not really happening. So right now, the blue team, they know that they have an advantage and they're starting to use it to push down some of these structures at least. Open up some opportunities for later on in the game. Maybe just open the wall or something in the middle. Yeah, a bit of poke would be nice here. But it's 20 versus 20 now. For D.Va, that means we got the ablative armor. It's the spell armor in. We got the Radiating Faith and the Respect the Elderly. The Bolt of the Storm coming through for Sylvanas. Trying to zip out of the fight. And the next one is going to center in the middle of the map. It's one of the reasons why this fountain kill was so important from the perspective of the Donuts. Eliminating that was incredibly important for them. Now, this top lane pressure is going to be advantageous for 30k because not only do they get their camp, but they are also in a position where catapults are going to push for them. A little bit of a time delay here on the blue team side. They're hoping to get Leo in a spot where he can at least take that down or help with the push a bit, but they need to come in for the shrine right away. And this is where the real party starts now. This could be the play for a game right here. The Donuts, they need to win this one. Again, they're down in this series. They can't lose this map. Or they are out of the tournament. They would take 3rd place in the Rive Cup. 11-5. Here come the plays. All about position, all about creating opportunities. Rutsu again against Dino, missing the singularity spike. Dino zipping around, but the re-engage is happening already, and Dino's still fine. X-Ray keeping him topped up the entire time. The main damage dealer has no problems with this HP pool thanks to Deck Arcane, and they're still controlling the fight over the shrine itself. The D.Va bomb is out, creating space, and that's the lead for 30k on the objective. For now. It's a small one though. They're trying to go for Lauber. Not enough. Still the action over here. Tracer moving in and they're getting the kill. They're getting the kill against Lucio. Lucio is down. Dino is crushing it right now. Comes in for a second kill. Dino with a kill against 1-2, but he falls as Chromie connects the damage. Rutsu is a little bit low. Rutsu, they get the Arcane Punisher. 30k they have it, and Rutsu jumps out of the fight without falling. The only survivors of this battle, Zeratul and Chromie. 30k, they have the big push through the middle right now. They're gonna try to end it right here as they're moving in for keep and core. 12 kills to 8. What a setup again. Sylvanas is helping out with a push. They have only 4 heroes here, but that should be plenty. Zeratul is trying to bait the Punisher a little bit further down on the map, and he's successfully doing so, but their core is still exposed, and I'm not sure if Rutsu can really stop all of this. He's trying, he chips the damage in, he's looking for a kill against Sylvanas, and Ultralisk is about to go down, but Rutsu himself is so low that he can't do anything here. Jumps in, gets the kill, but he dies too, and that has to be game. Chromie is low, down to 100 HP, and the core is falling. 13 kills to 9. This is it. 30k. Do they get the victory here against the Donuts? Do they move on to the grand final? It seems like nobody's going to be able to stop them. This should be game for sure. Masquerade, the Punisher, everybody is tagging. And that is game, ladies and gentlemen. 30k moves on to the grand final to face off against the Hardos. GG and well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.